Hey everybody, welcome to New Zealand's biggest gap year, an epic challenge that my partner Laura and I decided to tackle a few years back. The challenge? 365 activities all around New Zealand in 365 days, and today we are checking out the Napier Prison. Yes, that's right, a prison. This morning we are waking up at the Archie's Bunker Backpacker and making our way toward the Napier Prison. This takes us through the beautiful Napier city. We've done a tour not so long ago about their old Art Deco stuff, and it's always a pleasure to walk around.
Napier Prison is halfway up Bluff Hill, and as you can expect, it's pretty well guarded. So after we've been let in, we are getting some pretty fun photo opportunities with lots of costume. They do fingerprints as well, and then we're getting onto the audio tour.
The audio tour is really cool because unlike being this really awful nasal voice that most audio tours are, this is a woman talking from an echoey prison. It just gives the whole eerie feeling to the whole place. It's quite awesome. One of the first spots that we're visiting during this tour is solitary confinement. It's probably one of the creepiest things that I've ever seen in my entire life. So obviously I'm locking up Laura.
Let me out. Robin, seriously, let me out. This is really creepy. Thanks for the next 15 nights of nightmaring, Robin. Anyway, moving on with our audio tour, it's really easy to follow. You just find the numbers on the wall in which area you're in, and then type that number into your little audio device and listen to the information about that place. Also, it's good to really keep at your own pace as well, because there's lots of information on the walls to read.
And there's a ton of those little fact sheets everywhere around the prison, and honestly it's absolutely fascinating. But this one is 12 completely stupid selfies that got people arrested. Let's get started around. Number 1, we have that guy right here. This burglar was caught after he took a selfie using the homeowner's smartphone and accidentally sent it to a few of his victim contacts. Oops.
Oh my god. Seriously, you could end up spending hours reading all the information and really witty articles that's on display across all the walls.
The US. It's one out of the 380 countries that there is in the world. They have 25% of the inmate population in the whole world.
Really?
Talk about Russia, talk about North Korea, talk about China. The US.
Wow.
Yeah.
So after having a look around the mess hall, which is where the inmates used to eat, we are then moving on to the cell blocks, which still have half of the beds hanging off the wall. There's graffiti on the walls as well, and there's a distinct aroma of bodily fluids that have probably been there for decades. Through our audio device, we're listening about high-profile prisoners like the Maori guerrilla leader Te Kuti, who led a mass breakout from this prison to escape to the Chatham Islands. There's also high-profile drug lords like Mr. Big, and stories of ghosts as well, which is not the thing you want to hear before getting locked in a cell.
The most dangerous New Zealand prisoner. Alright, I'm gonna keep on going with the tour. She's gonna start hitting.
Robin, can you stop locking me in prison, please? You would be the most annoying part.
Damn, locking up Laura is getting funnier every time I'm doing it. We keep on moving with the tour, still listening to the audio tour, and it takes us to the parole room. This is the room where prisoners usually got released, but now... The wind's coming to get me. Can you believe that they ran that as a hostel?
I know, I would be so scared to sleep in here.
Yeah, nah, I would never stay here. Never, ever. So the Napier Prison is also running night prison tours with ghost stories and quite a few surprises along the way. That only happens about 1 or twice a month, but if you get to Napier at this time, you have to do it. And the tour finishes outside in the graveyard and also hanging yard, which has still featured the gallows where they used to hang people. That is creepy as. But it's an important part of New Zealand history, and it was a fascinating way to actually discover it. Very interactive, very fun. Alright, so there is a lot of comments on these videos, and there is some good and some bad, so we have about 50 comments to go through. I won't go through all of them, but I'll highlight some good ones and some bad ones. So let's go over what you guys thought the first time we published a video. So Kazin says that he remember going there a couple of years ago, and it was really creepy and unsettling. And indeed, it is a very weird place to visit for sure. Anna did find it cool though. She said, I visited someone in a USA federal prison and they are green places. Good to stay out of. I do agree with that. Mitch Swift Travel says all prisons are cool and scary places to visit. Rachel Smith, elaborates a little bit and says that a great deal of the info given to tourists visiting the old Napier prison is completely incorrect and made up to create a false atmosphere based on the idea the prison is haunted. How do I know? I worked there many years, up until its closure. I used to walk around the prison at night by myself and never once did I see, sense or feel any paranormal activity. The untruths are too many for me to even start counting, so I'll just leave it at that. The prison is real, but the many stories being told about it are false. Enjoy your fake tour. It is indeed. I mean, obviously, we do not believe in ghosts or anything like that, so all of that is a little bit kind of like just a jokey kind of things to keep in mind, right? But yeah, I do appreciate that you put hard fact back onto their ritual, so that's why I decided to include it in this video and just add to it. Okay, so Chasing Adeline says, whoa, want to do that, but I do not have time. Thanks for sharing it. We also have Used This, say, I remember going there a few years ago, so people are actually doing this too. Rock Henderson says, I thought Ghost was there, but isn't like scary though. I want to say, please don't explore haunted places. It's all good. I mean, it depends what your beliefs are on that. I mean, obviously, Laura and I don't really believe in ghosts. Laurie says, I was here yesterday. Horizon 64 says, my dad was locked up there until it shut down. So I'm sorry. I hope that your dad got some help and is fine now. I hope that everything is better. Tom George says, thumbs up for creepy as. I like it. I like the fact that you appreciate my Kiwi pronunciation on that. Lynette says, my hometown Napier Prison it's on a bluff hill. Yes, that is correct, Lynette. So yeah. Nora did find this video very boring, and she's not the only one. We also have Tony Brown that said that was very boring, and they say, why don't you go there at night again? You're describing how haunting it is, but more fun if you show us at night when presumably the spirits will come out. I understand that, Nora, but I feel like it would be a hard time for us to actually show spirits in there. Some people living in Hawke's Bay, like Luke Stewart, are commenting. Jessica says she's going there as a school camp. Yay! That sounds like a creepiest school camp ever. Who had this idea? Jessica, that is insane. Craig says he couldn't hardly understand the guy's accent. That's me. So yes, I was born in France. I've been in New Zealand for 12 years now. And yes, it's a very hard accent to shake off. So I hope that, with a bit of practice, watch more of our videos and maybe you'll be able to understand me a little better. But yeah, I definitely don't have a Kiwi accent just yet. But that will come, only 12 years in. Give me more years in there. And we also have Whatever George that says we're going there tomorrow. So yeah, here you go. Lots of comments. A lot of people are going there and just checking it out before going there. And a lot of people have some mixed reviews or mixed opinions about this video. So I appreciate all of you's opinion, even on my Kiwi accent. Appreciate it, and thank you very much. Okay, if you found this video useful, smash all the buttons below. Hit like, subscribe, all that good thing. Check out nzpocketguide.com, New Zealand's largest travel guide to plan your trip to New Zealand. And also hit us up on Patreon. There's a link in the description and you can score yourself some pretty epic perks. All right, see you on the next video, guys. Bye bye.